Today's very hot topic is about COVID-19 changes to Canadian immigration procedures. So we'll talk about that in this video. And by the way, this YouTube channel is about visa processes, such as how to start your application, what are the requirements, what to do during the process, how to pass your visa medical exam, and basically everything you need to know about Canada visa processes. So if you are new to my channel, please hit like, subscribe, and hit that bell button for you to get automatic updates about Canada visa. So let's get started after this intro. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. For today, let's all talk about frequently asked questions. And for your assurance, all sources came from Canada's direct website, which is canada.ca. First question is, what will happen to my ongoing visa application? Good news is, the IRCC has stated that applications will not be rejected for non-compliance at this time. All applications currently in progress at IRCC offices abroad, at case processing centers, and within the domestic network will continue to be processed, but may experience delays. In order to prevent further spread of the coronavirus, IRCC has temporarily closed some of its visa application centers, and others have been reduced to essential staff only. IRCC may continue as well to request the necessary documents from applicants, such as police certificates, biometrics, passports, medical examinations, and any documents needed for your application. But don't worry, applicants will be given an extension of 90 days in order to provide all necessary documents for processing. So again, no application in progress will be closed or refused due to a lack of documentation. IRCC will automatically give you 90 days to complete these steps. So one example is for biometrics. Biometrics deadlines are extended to 90 days. Even though your biometrics instruction letter says you must complete this step in 30 days, IRCC will automatically give you 90 days if you're affected by the service disruption. If you're about to apply for a permanent residence through express entry, you must submit your applications within 60 calendar days of receiving your invitation to apply. If you're missing documents because of the coronavirus, you can still submit your application. You just have to submit a letter explaining the reason why you're missing documents. Your application will be held until further notice. And whenever you can, the fastest you can, submit your documents by using the web form. Next is, all appointments such as knowledge test, retest, interviews, hearings, or oath takings are to be rescheduled within a reasonable time so as not to further delay processing times for the new applications. In-person permanent resident landings and refugee claim appoints are closed until April 13 of 2020. Now, for applicants returning from China, Iran, or South Korea, will be granted an additional 30 days to send their documents to IRCC and an additional 45 days to comply with requests for medical opinion form. By the way, to those applicants that are in Canada, all in Canada biometrics appointments are cancelled. The deadline has now been extended from 30 days to 90 days to submit biometrics. If you are a foreign national in Canada and your temporary residence status is about to expire, you may apply for an extension. Applicants must apply online and meet all requirements. If your application for extension is already in progress, you will be able to remain in Canada until a decision is made. If your temporary resident status has already expired, you may be eligible to apply for restoration. If you have been approved for permanent residence but cannot travel, you just have to use the web form to explain why you couldn't travel. Then from there, IRCC will give you instructions regarding restarting the processing of your permanent residence application. But I really hope you don't have to go through this process. IRCC also mentioned that they will not be waiving any fees for temporary residence applications or extensions. Alright, so let's move on to permanent residence. IRCC will continue to accept new applications for Canadian permanent residents. So again, they will continue to accept new applications. It won't stop. Applications that are complete will continue to be processed as per normal procedures. Applications that are not complete due to unavailable documents will be retained in the system and reviewed in 90 days. And most importantly, new applicants should indicate if they have been affected by service disruptions due to the coronavirus and will then be granted a 90-day extension to provide all of the necessary documentation. Unable to do so may cause your applications to be rejected, and we do not want that. Okay, so we're done with the visa questions. Next is the entry questions. Who are prohibited to enter Canada? Who are not allowed to enter Canada at this time? Okay, so this is the newest update that all foreign nationals are prohibited from entering Canada by airplane from a foreign country. Foreign nationals are anyone who is not a Canadian citizen or permanent resident. The following foreign nationals are exempted. Any foreign national who has been in US or Canada during the 14 days period before the day on which they arrived. Second, any foreign national who is the spouse, common law partner, child, or grandchild of a Canadian citizen or Canadian permanent resident. This also includes the children of the foreign national spouse or common law partner.
First, we will be denying entry to Canada to people who are not Canadian citizens or permanent residents. This measure will carve out some designated exceptions, including for air crews, diplomats, immediate family members of Canadian citizens, and, at this time, U.S. citizens.
Ang daming confused dito at nagkakaroon ng iba't ibang opinion. And I'm really worried, and I hope that our officers are not confused about immediate family member, because this definition came from the website of Canada itself, saying that immediate family members are the spouse, asawa, or partner ng isang Canadian citizen or isang tao na may permanent resident status na sa Canada, including mga anak nila. Ang dami nang nangyari in just few days. For example, COPR holders, asawa ng isang Canadian citizen or isang may PR na sa Canada na refused dito sa Pilipinas. Others also called IRCC call centers and they were informed na only Canadian citizens are allowed to enter Canada. And I don't understand why, because they are immediate family members. Unless they are a positive carrier of coronavirus. While others were also allowed to enter Canada. So which is which ba talaga? I encourage everyone to please comment your experience in this video. Please share what others can do to enter Canada. Also, please include latest news and confirmed information that came from IRCC in the comments section of this video. Let us please help everyone.
Okay.
Alright, so let's move on to other foreign nationals who are allowed to enter Canada. Any foreign national who has a special permission in writing from the Government of Canada is allowed to enter the country for the purpose of reuniting family members. Crew members of aircraft, First Nations registered as Indians under the Indian Act, diplomats and their family. So these are government officials, including their direct family members. Next are medical staffs invited to Canada by the Minister of Health to help in the response to COVID-19. Persons arriving on Canadian military aircraft, members of the Canadian Forces, their family, and visiting forces. Protected persons under IRPA or Immigration and Refugee Protection Act. French residents in St. Pierre and Miquelon. And lastly, certain prescribed persons identified by public health or Canadian government who must travel to Canada with a national interest or provide an essential service while in Canada. Alright guys, so the order has now been published and it is in effect and applies until June 30th of 2020. For important resources, go directly to www.canada.ca, and if you have means to get in touch with Canadian authorities directly, that will be great. Okay, so that's all about IRCC updates and frequently asked questions. Again, let us please help each other. Let's all strengthen our faith, let's cling to God, and hope for the best. Stay positive.
I believe I can fly.
For those who are able to go to Canada in spite of the situation, or if you were able to talk to a Canadian authority, please share your experience and we will really appreciate it. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe to get the latest Canada visa news and updates.